So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but yes, I have definitely been bitten by the 1/6 scale bug. And I love me some G.I. Joe. I got that Cobra Commander for my birthday. You need snake eyes. So ThreeZero snake eyes from their FigZero line was definitely something that's been on my radar for a while. And what do I think? I think it's pretty great. Now, definitely, yeah, I'm a little late to the party on this one, but it's an awesome figure. Let me just talk about it. Let me just gush. But it does have some issues. It does have, I would say, a couple pretty substantial issues that I feel like definitely need talking about. But let's set him off to the side real quick and let's take a look at these cool boxes, because with these 6 scale reviews, I always feel like I need to look at the box. So yeah, it's cool looking. It's definitely smaller. It's definitely on the smaller side. Doesn't have as much as you would really expect. You can see 32 on there. This is actually my first ThreeZero 1/6 scale figure. I do have the ThreeZero Soundwave, but this is my first like FigZero. And yeah, I really like it. But it does have those couple issues. You can see how it is in the box there. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the box. It's a box. And here is the figure. So number one, it doesn't come with a display stand, so that's kind of odd. I feel like 1/6 stuff should always have a display stand. I feel like a lot of people would have been willing to spend the extra, like, what, $10 to get a nice display stand? I know I would have, because now I'm going to have to go and spend about $5-10 on a 1/6 scale display stand for him. So that's nice. But yeah, I think they should just give these stands, because everyone wants stands with these kind of figures. I don't want it to fall. And even though this guy is clearly very stable standing on his own, like he's very stable, I'm not worried about him falling at all. It's something where if I get him in a nice dynamic pose, you know, he may not hold up for that. So yeah, I mean, it's something to consider. So let's talk about his accessories, because he comes with a lot. Let's talk about what he doesn't have on him right now, which is hands. So he currently has a right trigger finger hand and a left grip hand on. But he also has some open hands. We'll take a look here. And you can see some of them have pegs, some of them don't, because he actually did come with extra wrist pegs. You can see the nice detail on that. The details are really nice. And I went ahead and put some wrist pegs on hands I'm going to regularly use, like the right grip hand, which looks really nice. And then you get fists. You get a left fist and a right fist, and these are the hands he came packed with. And then you get a left trigger finger hand. So those are really nice. It's definitely very nice that he comes with the spare wrist pegs, because I don't know if you can see, but this design is awful. You may be wondering, oh, why is that? See that right there? It's a ball joint. A ball joint that has a slit partially through it. Ball joints are meant to take the pressure of popping on and off and on and off. And if that peg isn't big enough, it's going to snap. Case in point, say hello to my very first broken 1/6 scale wrist peg. Where's the hand where it broke? There it is. Actually, he came packed with the open hands. My bad. So yeah, say hello to my very first broken 1/6 scale wrist peg. This was not my fault whatsoever. I pulled this hand out, and this peg was still on there. And I'm like, oh, let me just yank this out real quick. Boop. Yeah, it sheared clean off. You can see there's no stress marks. It's not like it broke. It just kind of sheared off. So yeah, with those spare wrist pegs, put them on the hands you're going to use and don't take them out ever, because they're kind of more in the sideshow design of when you pop these hands out, the pegs coming with it. So definitely keep that in mind, because wrist pegs on these are not that good. He does have one other accessory, though, he does not have on him, which is this little blade. I don't know where this little blade goes. I have no idea. It just comes with it. No, it's a wrist blade. I know where it goes. You put it right in the wrist, and it's pretty cool. And it just fell out, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Yeah, as you saw right there, actually you didn't see because it was underneath. The wrist pegs work good. You know, they get out of the way, they move, but they just break, so got to keep that in mind. There we go. See, he's got a cool little wrist blade. Might actually just keep that on him. I don't know. It's neat enough. I like it a lot. We'll keep that off, though, so I don't break it. Yeah, just, ooh! Do not hold him by the knee. That's kind of stupid. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, you know, it plugs into the gauntlet right there. What else does he come with? He's got 3 little, I guess, smoke grenades on his chest right there. And he's got 3 extra little grenades down there. He does have a knife, which you can slide in and out. That's a nice little knife right there. It actually does have a little bit of silver paint on it, just to give it some definition. And he also comes with two katana, or katana, as I was just about to say. Yeah, very nicely painted silver. Really like the handle. It's pretty simple. It's kind of basic, but definitely looks the part. I dig it. And it slides into the sheath real nice. Almost has this satisfying noise to it too. I don't know if you hear that. Comes with his, I guess, Uzi, his little machine gun here. And it's pretty neat. It does actually have a folding stock, which is nice. And it does have a removable magazine, which, that's the other issue with the figure. I have that magazine stuck in there firm by adding a little bit of tape inside of it to just kind of thicken it up. And I'm not going to pull it out. You know why? Because those magazines do not stay in whatsoever. And that's the same for his little gun here. Unfortunately, the magazine just did not want to stay in. You know, it seriously just fell out. I put that gun in the holster and I set the figure down. I picked it up and the mag was just out. It just came out. You can slide it back though, which is pretty cool. You can actually see the bullet in there. You can actually see it glistening. So yeah, there is the bullet. So that's pretty neat. I mean, it definitely looks the part. It's a cool looking gun. But yeah, that sucks. The mags don't stay in whatsoever. But he also has all these little pouches everywhere. I'm sure you can probably, I don't know if you can remove those, but they do kind of shift around a little bit. So you get all those pouches. You also get a strap here, which sits on him for the most part real nice. It does kind of bunch up right there, depending on how you have him posed. Like say if you crunch him forward, it's going to bunch up and kind of shift up, and it's going to give you a big old gap right there. So you definitely have to keep that in mind. But overall, it's a pretty cool figure. Another issue is that these hands, kind of like Sideshow hands, do come out kind of easily. I don't know, they just kind of come out easy. They don't really clip in. They just kind of go in. You know, they don't clip in. They don't peg in. They just kind of go in. We interrupt this video with Mama Cat doing a little squeak. You squeaking, Mama? She does a cute little squeak. Come on. You can see my nice tattered up little entry mat right there. I wonder what kind of creatures tattered that up, huh? Yeah, I love you too, Mama Cat. I love you too. I gotta get back to my snake eyes. So yeah, that's pretty much everything he comes with. The look is awesome. I love this design for Snake Eyes. It is super cool. Starting off with that head sculpt right there. That is undeniably Snake Eyes. That's Snake right there. It's got the ninja visor, the kind of V2 style. The suit has like this multi-material to it. You can see mesh, and you can see like I don't know what to call it, maybe like a vinyl. Then you have like more of a fabric look in certain sections. Then you go back to the mesh. It is a super awesome suit design, and I really dig it. You can see the Arashikage logo right there. All the little belts. You can see his pants are definitely more fabric-y, so it really doesn't get in the way of articulation. And he's got armored knees, armored boots. Pretty cool looking shoes too. I dig his shoes. Definitely more ninja. That's a word now. Ninja looking shoes. You can see it actually has a little ThreeZero logo on the bottom. So yeah, I definitely dig the design on him. I definitely do. It's an awesome looking Snake Eyes. It really is. So let's get into articulation, because he definitely has some articulation going on. So his head is on the standard kind of 1/6 dumbbell joint. So you can get some good tilt, you can get some up, you can get some down. The neck also does move a little bit too, but it's kind of spongy. I don't know if you've noticed. It's kind of a spongy, thickened neck. Here, let's, for the sake of my sanity, let's put his katana away. His arms are pretty cool. I do think they have butterflies forward and back, that they do. And they move up about that far. As you can hear, they're on pretty deep clicks. So you can move them up about that far. You can move them forward with the material and everything. I'd say about that far. I don't know, this is one of my first like heavy material figures where he clearly has a lot of clothes on him. So definitely have to be a little careful with stuff like that. I don't want to have all these things wrinkle and bunch up, but so far so good. It's been holding up. It looks real good still. His elbows, I don't like his elbows. I just don't, because they're very clicky. Like they're very clicky, and I don't feel more comfortable moving them more than just 90 degrees. Like, come on, this is a ninja. I need to be able to move his elbows a little bit more than 90 degrees. But you do have, there goes that wrist. Like I said, they don't stand the greatest. You do have a bicep swivel too, obviously, that also kind of clicks. And then the wrist pegs, you've already seen how those work. It's standard 1/6 scale wrist pegs. The waist, though, is amazing. You get a lot of crunch forward, decent amount of crunch back, good side-to-side movement. So you get a lot of movement out of his waist. You just have to be careful about that strap there not bunching up. So yeah, you get a lot of waist movement out of him. His hips are pretty good, too. They move out decently far. They can probably spread far about that apart before the material gets stretched too far. They can move forward pretty much all the way. You know, you can probably get that much dynamic look out of him. The knees, they bend nice. Got a thigh swivel. There goes his hand. His whole hand just fell out. Ah, man, he just kicked you, too. Yeah, man, those hands, they need to stand better. They just need to stand better. And then he's got, like, sort of Hot Toys style dumbbell ankles. So you get a lot of pivot and a lot of range out of the ankles. And if you see that joint, you can kind of slide the armor under it. But for some poses, you're just going to see the joint, unfortunately. So yeah, with that being said, not too much to talk about. It's kind of funny. For being such a high-end figure, there's not a lot to talk about with some of these, you know. I mean, you can see the details here. It's Snake Eyes. It's cool looking. Do I recommend it? If you are a Hot Toys kind of collector, I mean, I have like 10 Hot Toys at this point, so I think I can give a decent, valid opinion. This is pretty on par with Hot Toys. I would say this is pretty on par. It comes at a cheaper price, too. It's only $150 compared to the average Hot Toys price of like $250. I would say it's pretty comparable. Sure, it does use a lot more plastic. Like Hot Toys might actually do more material for all the pouches and everything and like the straps, but these are actually like sculpted, molded pieces. It definitely has more plastic, doesn't come with a display base. Definitely has the wrist peg issues. I don't like the elbow joints, but the rest of the body's pretty great. The materials used are really nice. The look is really nice. The design's really nice. The durability feels nice. The magazines don't stay in the guns at all, so it has a few issues. But other than that, man, it's an awesome figure, and I recommend it. If you're a huge Snake Eyes fan, and if you're a huge Snake Eyes fan, surely it's pretty obvious you probably were disappointed with the movie. So if you want something that actually is a Snake Eyes that doesn't talk, that doesn't show his face, and is just an overall badass, this is a good Snake Eyes for you. You know, if you kind of need a recharge after that movie that I still kind of haven't seen because I kind of refuse to see that because I feel like they ruined my boy. Then yeah, it's an awesome figure. I definitely recommend it. Alrighty guys, there we go. There's my review of the ThreeZero FigZero Snake Eyes. I will be getting Storm Shadow, but not the normal release. I'm getting the previews exclusive. That's more of like a V2 Storm Shadow. That's the one I'm going to get. So I'm going to get him next year. I'm excited, but I'm going to have to wait. I made the decision. I could get Storm Shadow now, or I could wait for the one I prefer. So I'm going to wait. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for the continued support. I love you. Alrighty, there we go. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.